Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning. What is up, Work Wife fam? It's Katie and Ava, your favorite wives.
What up?
Pepper.
And Pepper. Opal was just here, but
What's
she
up,
just
dog?
left.
Yes, we are here if you want dog content. We are here for work content, friend content, reality TV content.
The content.
All the content. We got it all. We're a one-stop shop.
We're just...
See, I just let you in. I literally, but before I joined, I let her in because she was scratching at the door.
She got what she needed, and she's done.
Lydia.
It's my favorite thing in the world is hearing you yell at Pepper. It's the best. Pepper, Pepper.
So I don't know if the fandom knows this story. So, first of all, hi. It's been like a month. We'll talk about what's been happening, but
so much.
I digress. So Pepper is famous in my neighborhood. So I live in a very rural pocket of Orange County, and that we have like a septic tank and non-city water service, and I can't see my neighbors essentially, but they can hear Pepper. And so she has this kingdom that she rules of our yard, and we live on a corner lot and we live on top of a hill. And so our fence is towards the bottom of the hill, so she can run all the way down around the whole corner lot. And she likes to do so as people are walking on the street below us. Usually it's when they have a dog. She very rarely barks at just a human, but sometimes she does. And she'll just follow them and bark the entire span of our property.
Yep.
And it's quite loud. And so it's like our house, a canyon, and then another hill. And so it just echoes in the canyon. And it's, it could be bothersome to people. We did get one serial killer note in our mailbox one time because she accidentally, not by us, got locked outside.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we weren't home. And she got locked outside for like 8 hours. And someone left a serial killer style, all cap, Sharpie note in our mailbox saying, "We're going to call animal control because your dog's been barking." And I'm like, have an expressed concern that my dog has been out for 8 hours barking. Like, be a neighbor. Don't be a dick. But
people are nuts.
Anyways, so we go out and we yell, "Pepper!" And we have a very specific yell we do to get her back up the hill.
It's a very specific tone and way to say Pepper.
Yeah. And sometimes she doesn't listen, and she's deathly afraid of water. Don't know why. And so sometimes if she won't come up after like the third pepper, we just turn the hose on, and just the sound of the water hitting the system of the hose runs into the house. So effective.
That's one way.
But I was walking her one morning a few months ago, and we were like walking down our hill to go to the road below us that takes us to hiking trails. And I saw a family coming with a dog. And so I stopped because my dog is dog aggressive and wait for them to keep going. And she's pretty good with me on leash now, where she like knows not to bark, but she's flustered. And I'm holding her back like a good dog owner. And the guy just looks at her and goes, "Hi, Pepper." Never met this man in my life. But she's famous because he's heard me
famous.
Apparently yell at her every morning when him and his wife walk their dog down the road. And then I run outside, "Pepper!"
So great. So when I'm
she has
over,
her head down in shame right now.
Oh yeah, that's the call of shame for her.
Yeah.
But my favorite was I was walking her one of the times I was over, and one of your neighbors was like, "Oh, that's a beautiful dog. What kind is it?" I'm like, "An Afghan."
He's Have you Googled since what an Afghan looks like?
Yes, I know what they look like. I think I told him like an Afghan shepherd mix of some sort, because she does have the length of like an Afghan, but then she has the, what are those tall dogs?
Great Dane.
Great Danes.
Yeah, she's neither.
Well,
For inquiring minds, her mom was a Doberman. And her dad was a Central Asian Shepherd, which is a very, very large dog. I mean, yeah.
Afghan, Asian.
I think it's Asian.
It's
It's in
in,
the continent of Asia.
yeah, it's in the continent of Asia.
There you go.
See, I was on
Yeah.
to something.
Her dad, I think, was almost 150 pounds. She's
That's
125.
insane.
So,
Wild.
and she's just legs for days.
Legs for days. We're really striving for that in my personal fitness growth. Is to have at least legs like Pepper because everything else is just uncontrollable at this point.
Truly, you have not seen me walk in the last 2 days, but
No.
I took a little over a week off of like actually working out. I was traveling, so I did a lot of walking, which we'll talk about in a bit. But as far as like strength training or regular workouts go, it probably like a week and a half. And I cannot walk after 2 days of working out. And I tried to demo, I don't know if I told you this. I think I did. But this morning I was teaching and I tried to demo a floor stretch in Pure Barre for
No.
classic floor stretch. First of all, the effort to just get to the ground was embarrassing. Like, I looked
Yikes.
like a decrepit 98-year-old woman trying to get up and down. And then to try to like step my 1 foot forward and get into a low, what's that called?
A lunge?
Well, yeah, lunge,
Like a
like a
runner's
stretch.
lunge? Yeah.
Yeah, runner's lunge stretch. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
And I've been walking, like waddling like a penguin all day because that's how much my legs hurt.
My gosh.
And I have to walk upstairs at my office. I don't have to, but it's one flight and the elevator's
Yeah.
on the opposite. First of all, if you're physically mobile and able to get a set of stairs, one flight, don't take the elevator.
Truly.
Welcome to my TED Talk for the day. And it's on the other side of the building from my office, and I park on the backside right by my office. So I take the stairs.
Take the
But it is
stairs.
known in my company that these stairs are obscenely steep. Like the height of the actual stairs themselves,
Yeah.
they're a myth. I don't why they're so steep, we don't know. But I was walking in at the same time as someone this morning, and I know this person, so we were like talking, and I'm like trying my best to like talk and take my brain off how bad it hurts and how slow I want to go up the stairs, but I have to like walk at a normal pace because he is walking at a normal pace. I also chose to wear heels today. We don't know why we made this decision.
That just adds on to all of it.
It was bad. Bad day for all.
Heels and I are not friends, so you'll see me in a cute little kitten heel.
You like a kitten heel.
I love a kitten heel. And, they're making a comeback.
Yeah,
They're so cute.
you're okay. Hold on, I need to have Garrett come get Pepper because she's just losing her shit.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. How did we get here?
Can you come get Pepper? Let's talk about where we've been. You go first.
Where we've been, me first. So much has happened since last time we all spoke together. I ended up in the hospital. I had a birthday. I moved and passed my glucose test.
Yay. Yeah, the weekend is
Oh,
gone. He has
exciting.
left the building.
Thank God. So let's start with the hospital visit.
Wait, thank God the weekend's left the building? I meant
the weekend?
like the Abel.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my husband.
We're off of him. No, I was talking about Abel.
I thought you were talking about my actual husband leaving the building. I was like, yes, he has left the building.
Yeah, thank God for that.
No, he's up there, just not in frame in picture. But yeah, if you've noticed a different background, it's because I moved. We'll get into that because I need to go in chronological order, a series of events that have happened in my life.
Okay. Hit me.
So obviously, we all know I teach Pure Barre, teach fitness. We have different formats that teachers conduct.
Teach.
And I was teaching right beforehand. I was teaching our Pure Barre Define class, Pure Barre Reform class, and Align every now and then. So I was teaching a class that was pretty challenging. I think you're teaching it right now.
Yeah, I taught it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
And it's like anytime you teach a new class in this format, I feel as though you're demoing a lot more than you would naturally. And so that was the case in this moment. And I did some things that I should not have done. One of them was a weighted burpee. And another thing was I keep replaying this class back in my head because it had to do with my back. I remember trying to help a member with her form and with doing a correct abdominal twist, but wasn't quite registering, or there was just a disconnect. And so I visually showed her the improper way.
Mm.
And I forgot I was pregnant and I didn't feel it in the moment. I had like an hour break. And so that's when I usually sit down, get some work done, and then go back to teaching. The second I put on my microphone for my second class, it just hit me. I hit the floor.
Literally.
I could not get up. I could not move. I could not breathe. Luckily, the class I was in when it happened, there was only like 2 people in it, and they were very sweet. They stayed on the ground with me for an hour, just trying to help get me comfortable. One of them started rubbing my back. and, um, I have an injury in my back that occurred when I was 15. I was dropped in a lift. I was, gosh, I don't even know the lifts anymore, the names. It's been so long. But he
If it's
had
not a
me.
Dirty Dancing lift, I don't know it.
No, I was a ballet dancer. And so in ballet, there's a fish dip, but he had me in a press where I was in like about to go into a fish. So he had me up in the air in the press, and then he lets go and catches me into a fish. Well, when he went up into the press, he lost control of me to the point where I landed on my back. He landed on top of me. After that, my ribs have not been the same. My back has not been the same. Anytime I've overdone anything, the whole right side of my back spasms. The last time this happened, like a bad muscle spasm, I was maybe in my early 20s. But it would get to the point where I could not get out of bed. And I know that with my body changing and having to make adjustments that I was not making, teaching normal classes, this aggravated it, and I fell to the ground. It was the scariest thing because I knew like where it was centrally located was also where my kidneys are. So in my brain, I'm going through all these scenarios of either I completely threw out my back or sprained something, tore something, or I'm going into kidney failure. um, I finally was able to stand up. When I stood up, everyone was very sweet. They're offering to take me home, help me with my dogs. Um, I, of course, refused all of that and said I was good. I was going to take myself home. Um, in that time period, too, on the ground, my husband had left that morning for work for quite some time. And so he was not reachable. But it's just like an act of God. I literally called his work phone at one specific, like 5-minute break that he had and was on his phone. Other than that, I don't hear from this man for quite some time. And the fact that he was on his phone and answered, he knew like right away in my voice that he had to like come home. I just told him like, hey, something happened. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm afraid, I'm scared. I don't know how far you are now. And he immediately was transported back, which was really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
God, knock on wood, this doesn't happen again. But I know he'd be able to come back in a jiff.
Yeah.
But anywho, me being the stubborn, hard-headed person I am, I drove myself home. And as I'm driving myself home, the pain just gets substantially worse. And so I'm clenching the steering wheel. I'm on the phone with my mom because that's naturally what you do. You just call your mom in those situations. I started just like heavily breathing because I couldn't breathe anymore. She's freaking out. I'm like, I don't need you freaking out. And so she was like, you better not be going home to take out the dogs. I'm like, I have to. Like, I don't know how long it'll be if I do take myself to the hospital. She's like, no, you need to call someone else. I'm like, I'm not thinking properly. I'm just thinking like, I need to get home, take out the dogs, and then I'll go to the hospital. And this is when I lived in the apartments. And so I was on the 3rd floor. I couldn't even walk up the stairs. I was clinching like onto the side, just like, I don't even know how I got up there. Got them on their leashes and just, yeah, took them down. They peed, did their thing. And then I just got into the car and drove myself to the hospital. I should not have done that by myself because one, the hospital is not user friendly. I drove around for like 30 minutes trying to find which building because at the same time I'm on the medical chat line with my doctor, but she wasn't available. She was in clinicals that day. And so her head nurse was talking to me and I'm like, I don't know what building it is. She's like, go to the one with the flagpole. I'm like, there's two flagpoles. I don't know which one. And so I just picked like building one, sure. And trying to find parking, terrible. I had to drive all the way up to like the sixth floor for
Yeah.
parking. And then I get into, of course, all this happens, and it's like the hottest, most humid day on the planet. I finally get into the hospital, find the third floor. I'm like wobbling, holding onto my belly, holding onto my back, like not even being able to breathe. And I start to feel my belly start to like twitch and spasm too. And I was like, oh my gosh, I thank God I'm actually in the hospital. So if I do go down, someone will come get me and
Yeah.
save me. Um, Found where I was supposed to be at triage. They got me in a room. I couldn't even get onto the hospital bed. Um, it was quite the experience, but my kidneys are fine. My back is not. It's better now, but I, of course, aggravated it, sprained it. I forget if it sprain or strain. I don't know which one.
So this is my take on the situation.
Yes.
She texts me
Yeah.
and I'm paraphrasing here, but like, hi, something happened. I'm on my way to the hospital. I can't work the rest of the day. Great. Just great. Thank you for the context. So I call her and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, she tells me the story in the studio about her back giving out and her, I was like, okay, well, where are you? She's like, I'm driving myself to the hospital. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, keep me updated. Like, let me know when you get there. So an hour goes by and I don't hear from her. So I message her and I was like, hey, what's going on? She's like, oh, I just got to the hospital. I'm checking in. And in my brain, I'm like, where the fuck do you live that it takes you an hour to get to the hospital? And then, she updates me throughout her hospital journey and everything. And, that besides her back, everything is okay. And then it comes out that she laid on the floor in the studio for an hour, as she just told us. Call an ambulance at that point. Like, why are we laying on the floor? She drove herself home, took the dogs on a walk, then drove herself to the hospital, which was the hour gap I was missing in my timeline. I'm
Yeah.
like, Ava, you need to learn. I love you,
Yeah.
but you need to learn to ask for help.
That was a huge wake up call because driving to the hospital, I was on the phone with my mom. And she was great. She was just trying to calm me down, but that I was not in the right headspace to do
Yeah.
that alone.
Yeah.
And it's so hard because I live a life where I'm very independent. I have to like fend for myself, but I have to think I just have to be strong and independent constantly. And
Hmm.
so in that scenario, not having my husband there, not having family there, I have friends there. And I later texted the friends out here in Tennessee, just like apologizing and telling them what happened. And they all had the same reaction. They're like, are you kidding me? Why would you do that by yourself? Like, if you would have called me, we would have been there in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because, like, thank God my husband got there right before I was being discharged because they gave me muscle relaxers. And I was like, I can't drive. Like,
Yeah.
I am not well. So, yeah, lesson learned. Call
Yeah.
for help.
Call for help. Call
Ask for
Lifeline.
help.
Call a
Call
friend.
Lifeline. Yeah, I just never want
Call
to,
an Uber. I don't know.
yeah, I never want to inconvenience someone with my problems or my situation. But
You were
in
just like
these,
Sydney today in our group
I
chat,
know, I know,
and you were giving
exactly.
her the advice of ask for help, don't do too much.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah.
like, but also, I never do this.
Yeah. It's
I'm
easier
not
said
one
than
to
done
talk. It
sometimes.
is easier said than done. But I'm doing okay. I just have to, adjust my work, which I did. And, I have people out here and you as well that keep me accountable because I was like kind of dragging my feet, adjusting the classes that I do teach. Because in my head, I'm like, okay, I could still teach that class, but I don't need to use the weights and I'll be fine. And then right when that thought came into my brain, like within like minutes later, one of my friends out here, shout out Kristen. I don't know if she listens. She better listen. Um, she texted me. She's like, why are you still on the schedule for Define and Reform? I was like, well, I think she's like, no, you
No.
can't. I'm like, okay, fine. Um, so yeah, that happened. I was on pretty much bed rest for a week. I could not walk more than like a couple feet to the bathroom. Couldn't even sit on the toilet. Like terrible. Yeah, just like the simplest tasks were excruciating.
Yeah.
And it was a humbling experience. So lesson learned.
Yeah.
And then I had a birthday. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I'm not a huge birthday person, but it happened. And that day we did our final walkthrough of our new home and we closed and we moved. And it's honestly a miracle that my husband is still alive.
I was wondering if we were going to discuss this.
Oh, we will.
Okay.
So last week we moved and my husband only scheduled a moving truck for one day. I was like,
And
okay.
might I add, we talked about this in the last episode. I was like, hire movers.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing any of the packing. You guys
Nope.
were in a standoff on who
Yep.
was packing. And so when you say you got a moving truck for a day, I just want to clarify for everyone. It was not a moving truck with movers. He
Nope.
rented like a U-Haul.
Yes, we rented
Yes.
a
Okay.
U-Haul.
Thank you.
I told my husband so many times, we need movers. Like, you don't understand how much crapola you have. He's like, oh, no, we'll just like grab and go. It'll be fine. He had not, throughout the weekend, leading up to us closing, we had brought over some like clothes, some like miscellaneous items. So pretty much at that point, half of my personal belongings were already in the house. And so the day we moved, we had pretty much half the kitchen already packed. I did the rest of it that day. So everything from my personal belongings, things that we've collected together as a partnership, as a marriage relationship,
Yeah.
have been in the house since last Wednesday. And so we had my husband, my husband's father, and our good friend Michael out here. Shout out. It was so great. All of them were great. They got pretty much all the heavy stuff into the house. Now, all the heavy stuff is still on the first floor.
Oh. Where are you sleeping?
Well, the bed was disassembled and they assembled it in our bedroom. So that is at least up there. But other items are just hanging in our living room.
Is there a
So
plan for those?
this weekend,
Okay.
my husband is scheduled to do that on his own.
Great.
I can't wait to watch.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my husband realized this could not be done in one day. So from
As
Wednesday,
we tried to warn him.
truly, because he had the luxury the last time we moved was out here to Tennessee. I had been working for months just getting things packed in boxes because when he came back home, he was home for a week and then we moved to Tennessee. In that week, I knew the last thing we want to do is pack. Like, we want to spend time with family. We want to spend time with friends for this short amount of time. So I had everything ready to go. All he had to do was grab and drop off into the moving truck. And he did that all in one day. So in his brain, he's thinking, okay, how
Same
hard
thing.
could this be? Same
Yeah.
thing. Same. No, not
Yeah.
same. So Thursday, we're going back and forth, piling things in his car, piling things in my car, driving it to the house, dropping it off, going back to the apartment, doing the same thing.
Why did he not just rent a truck for the second day?
The man is a penny saver. Anything to save a buck. But at that point, I think it was Saturday, he finally like stopped and like held me. He's like, I'm so sorry. But in that time period leading up to that, one of the days we cut short because we're like, we need to just relax. So we went to the community pool in our new neighborhood. He takes off his wedding ring to go swim, puts his
Why?
wedding ring, don't know, because he didn't want to lose it in the water.
Got it.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And mind you, we were already in the water when he took it off. And I'm just hanging out on the ledge, just letting my body float, decompress. He sets his ring next to my water bottle and he tells me, can you watch my ring? I'm like, I'm not watching your ring. Keep it on. He's like, it's going to fall off when I swim. I was like, no, it's not.
What is he doing? Like the butterfly?
No, he's just hanging out. He's just hanging around.
So he's not swimming. He's standing in water.
Yeah. Just standing in water, just floating.
Floating on a floaty. Not
No.
freestyling.
No, he's not Michael Phelps doing that stuff. And so, of course, an hour later, we're back at home. He leaves to go pick up dinner and he calls me. He's like, hey, did you grab my ring? Like, no, I didn't grab your wedding ring. That's not my responsibility.
No, I gave it to you once. You got to keep it.
I gave it to him once, lost it. Gave it to him twice, loses it again. So third time, we're not doing anything. You get a silicone ring that you get to purchase on Amazon yourself. So yes, wedding ring is nowhere to be found. And during this time period, that was Thursday. Friday comes around and I get the staff member, but she had an emergency dental situation. And so she could not teach the rest of the weekend at both of the studios. And it was a weekend where everybody's gone. Nobody's available. I'm going back and forth to this damn apartment, back to the house. My husband doesn't have a wedding ring and he's shattered something in the garage that was from our entertainment center. And I was losing my cool. I lost it. And then my boss texts me the letter K in the middle of all this. And I literally, boss as in Katie.
I was having my own moment and I didn't realize the moment you were having. So that was my bad.
We were all having a moment.
We'll talk about that later.
We were all having a moment. But in that period of time, I just like broke down. But yeah. And then Sunday, we were finally in the house and sat down on the couch to watch the Stanley Cup. And my husband scooches something very heavy across the floor so that we could look at the TV. And as he's scooching this very heavy, large item, I'm watching just a very long scratch go across our brand new wood floor. And I just start laughing hysterically because there's no other emotion left in my body at this point. And he's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, you fucking idiot. Look what you just did to the ground. And he felt so bad. He still feels terrible. He should, because like, you just bought this. Look what you just did.
Yeah.
Like,
you ruined it.
Ruined it. And yeah, he just felt terrible. And I'm like, don't look at me. Don't touch me. Don't even come near me. Like, I cannot do this. And so we have great neighbors that live behind us now. And one of the guys sits out on his little porch with cigars and has bourbon during the weekend nights. And so he was like, I think I'm going to go outside to the neighbors. I'm like, I think that's wise. And so his dad went to bed early because he was probably just like, I'm over this.
I'm over this.
I'm over these people. And I just turned on reality TV, caught up on my shows, tried to decompress. And yeah, here I am.
How did you watch TV with no internet?
We have, what's that? Starlink.
Ah, yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Shout out.
We just got one for the trailer.
Yeah. Okay. It was super slow. And so I had to watch him try to figure out how to set up Starlink in all the areas and locations outside the house in order to get signal. He finally got it, scooches this heavy duty item, and I'm just like,
Right. I need to yell at Garrett because his TV's way too loud.
yes. And then the next day, I had my glucose test. Passed it, but, my blood levels were a little off because obviously
Yeah, you've been through trauma in the last week,
so much. Yeah.
induced by your husband, who some man on the internet thinks is not going to miss you when you die. So there's that.
Men. We'll get to that. That will be
Men.
our dramatic reading.
Yes, because we did not
What the
prepare
men
one.
have to say. It's like, we're only here to help you. I don't know how many times I had to tell my husband the same thing over and over again. They literally have to experience it and go through the torture of it all in order to come to realization that we were right all along.
Yeah, they really are it's an interesting species of the animal kingdom, the men.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let me just say, I do love my husband so much, and he did buy me this home, and I appreciate everything that he does. But, can you
Make better
listen to me?
choices.
Yeah,
There's just not another way to say it.
can you listen to me?
Listen. Put your listening ears on, like I tell my children.
Yeah.
Are your listening ears on? There's one thing about hearing and there's another thing about listening. Those are two different phenomenons. And
Truly.
sometimes they don't understand that hearing is not listening.
No,
My husband
no.
also has his own inner monologue that just constantly runs in his brain, so he never listens to me.
Yeah.
But like the one man on Instagram said a few weeks ago, he would hate to be married to me if he had to listen to me all day. So maybe did we talk about this?
No, but that will be our dramatic reading.
Well, that one
Just,
got deleted.
oh, you had a screenshot.
Okay, so we'll do both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what an interesting time you've had.
It's been quite the month,
Yeah.
but some exciting news tomorrow, which is Friday, the 12th. I officially will be in my third trimester.
Yay. And you're taking tomorrow off because you were supposed to take today off, but I forgot.
I totally forgot that too. And then I was like, I should probably stop working. So I didn't really work that much and then just did house things. So it's fine.
Studios are fine.
Yeah, they were fine today.
They're fine.
Anywho, that's me. Let's get into your fun times.
Not as fun as yours.
No?
I've just been like
You,
booked
well,
and
you,
busy,
you went to
tired.
Europe.
Went to Europe for far too short of a time.
It was a short amount of time.
And I know that sounds annoying, but like when you think about flying somewhere for 11 hours,
Travel, yeah.
you lose basically half a day just in the time change alone, plus the travel times. You're basically losing a whole day on the way there. You gain it on the way back. But we were supposed to go for 2 weeks. We went with Kelsey and Jason. Kelsey and Jason just came home today. We got back a week ago.
Oh, dang. Shout out, hashtag Jason Utter.
Jason Utter, hashtag. But our dear loving cousin Tyler decided that this past weekend was the perfect weekend to get married.
Mazel.
After we had planned our trip, we hadn't booked flights yet because I was waiting to book and because I knew that this weekend was floating out there. But
Yeah.
there are people in the family that think I'm crazy. Ask Kelsey. We had this trip planned for a year. Anyway, so we pivoted. We were going to do other spots in Europe that were like a little bit more like off the beaten path as far as like not in major cities. So we were talking about doing like Puglia and Sicily. Because Garrett and I, so basically we left on a Thursday night. We landed Friday evening in Rome by the time we got there. And then we were so tired that we slept in until like 1 o'clock the next day. Kelsey and Jason got there later that afternoon. So really we had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We had 5 full days plus essentially half a day on Saturday because we spent the other half sleeping. So 5.5 days, but one of those days is a travel day between Rome and Paris. So in reality, we had like, because we left first thing Friday morning to come back for the wedding. So in reality, we had like basically 5 days of actual activity time. And it was great, but it was very
Yeah,
for
because you're
not a
trying
lot
to
of
like
time.
rush everything into like a certain amount of time and days. Like,
Yeah.
there's only
There's only so much you can do.
so much you can do. And I feel like
There
you guys were in Paris for literally a day.
Yeah, so we Saturday night when Kelsey and Jason got there, we had a cooking class booked with like this amazing woman. It was at her house. Her kids were there. Like, highly recommend. It was amazing, so good. And then we kind of just like walked around and like went to bars and stuff. And then Sunday, we had initially planned to go to this little beach town, but it was like an hour outside of Rome, and they had like a beach club and stuff. We're like, we don't want to be in a car for an hour. We just traveled all the way here. So
Yeah.
Kelsey found a really nice hotel because we were staying in an Airbnb that has a spa. And if you bought a 45-minute spa treatment, you got access to the rooftop pool for the whole day. So that was nice because
Cute.
we did like massages and we did a pool day. And it was so ungodly hot in Rome, at least for this time of year. I walked outside and I was sweating. I've
Oh
never,
no.
I hate sweating. It's the worst thing.
Is it humid there or it's just like Arizona
It
hot?
wasn't like, yeah, it was probably a little humid. It wasn't like East Coast humid right now, but it was just
Yeah.
like, it was a mixture for sure, but it was just hot and the sun just beat. Um,
That
and
Tuscan sun.
then the Tuscan sun. And then last minute on Sunday, we booked this Vespa tour, which was actually super fun. So it was a Vespa
That
and a
looked
sidecar
so
tour.
awesome.
Yeah, the informative historical level of this tour was a 2 out of 10. You were just there for a good time. Like
You're
these
just there for the
guys,
vibes.
so one person sitting behind the driver on the Vespa, the other person sitting in a sidecar. So of course we want the boys to sit in the sidecar.
Yeah.
But for some reason our driver kept insisting we switch. And I'm like, I don't want to sit in the sidecar. I want him to sit in the little
It's
sidecar.
kind of scary being in the
Um,
sidecar.
yeah, I liked sitting on the Vespa more.
Yeah.
But these guys were just no fucks given. They're racing each other like through the
Oh
streets
my
of
gosh.
Rome.
Yeah.
Safety was questionable, but we had such a fun time. I saw the one cyber truck I saw in all of Europe. And so I'm like, we're talking about it, and the driver's like, "What?" And I was like, "The Cybertruck." He's like, "What's with the Cybertruck?" And Garrett's like, "Oh, she has an Instagram account and she posts Cybertrucks in the wild and like makes fun of them and tags them or whatever." And so our driver like weaves through traffic at the stopped light so that I can pull up next to this Cybertruck and take a selfie with it.
What a
And it
real
has
one.
a bumper sticker on it that says, "Don't mess with Texas," in Rome, Italy, with an
Sorry.
Italian license plate. I'm so confused. I want to meet this person, but
Yeah.
I did get a selfie with the car. So did not meet the
Love
owner
it.
of the terrible vehicle. Side note, in France, they are actually not street legal. So we did not see any
The
in France.
Cybertrucks?
Yeah, they're not.
That's interesting. Poor Kay.
They have, it's because of how much they weigh. Like they're
Mm.
too heavy for the roads or something. Like you need a special
Yeah.
license to drive them or something. Like they're treated as more of like a commercial truck versus like
Interessant.
something like that. Jason ChatGPT'd it when we were wondering why we didn't see one Cybertruck in all of
Nice.
France. Maybe the French are
Wild.
just smarter than the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And then the next day was a little bit of a rough day. The jet lag finally hit, so Kelsey and I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. because we were watching Gossip Girl, as we do. And we had an 8:30 a.m. tour of the Vatican, which I'm glad we went early because it could have been hotter. But for whatever reason, for the majority of the museum portion of the Vatican, they did not have the AC on. And even our tour guide was like, "This is so weird. They always have the AC on. Like, I don't know why it's not on." I was
Of
dying.
course.
It was so hot and stuffy in there. Towards the end, the AC kicks on. And then we grab some lunch, go back to the Airbnb to change. And then we had a tour of the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and Palatine Hill. So it was in total probably over 6 to 7 hours of walking tours that day. And when I tell you my back was done, it was done. We were going to a very nice dinner that night, which if you're ever in Rome, go to Aroma. It's the most incredible restaurant. Um, it's Michelin starred. It's a set menu, so you get stuff you
Mm,
probably would never typically order, but it was all incredible. And it
gorgeous.
has a view. It's a rooftop restaurant overlooking the Coliseum, and it's all lit up at night, and it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
But we're waiting for our Uber to take us to the restaurant, and I sneeze. Oh, my allergies decided to have a whole moment and be the star of the show in Europe. I think I
Oh
attribute it to
no.
the cigarette smoke. I can't do it.
Ugh.
But it's interesting. It's the first time it's ever. No, last time I was in Europe, it happened too, and I had to get allergy pills too. I just keep forgetting to bring them with me. Anyways,
Those
so
Italian cigs, though, they are. I lived with an eclectic group of people,
yeah,
and there were some girls from Italy, and they would sit on the stoop of
the fire escape.
not the fire escape, but
Oh,
I
just
was,
outside of your like
yeah,
walk up. Yeah.
but my room was right above the stoop, and I would sit on
Mm.
the fire escape some nights, and the cigs these girls were smoking, I wanted to die. I was like, how are you alive? Like, how are you dancing every single day with this in your
I don't know what
lungs?
they're smoking over there, but I mean, granted, we have
But
very,
man, they're so cool.
yeah, I mean, all the girls there are so cool. Want to be
So
them
cool,
when I'm
right?
reincarnated. But
Just so
I
like
just,
nonchalant, just
Rome and France and Paris, like, my allergies could not keep up. I
oh,
was, at one point, my eyes were so red and puffy. I looked, I don't even know what I looked like. It was bad. I was just
yikes.
ripping all my eyelashes out because my eyes were itching so bad. I was
Ugh,
sneezing up the yin yang.
R.I.P.
Finally, on like the second to last day, I got allergy meds, or maybe it was the last day.
She
Anyway,
caved in.
but I was standing waiting for this Uber, and I sneezed, and my whole back gave out, and I bent in half. Like I was just bent over on
Pulled
the
an Ava.
street. I pulled an Ava. I was sympathy pains.
I appreciate it.
But what I did do is I knew that all this walking, because I'm not a walker, um, was going to cause my back to have issues. And so I brought my Tiger Balm patches. So I put one of those on
Oh,
for the rest of the trip, and it was better. But anyway, so we did that, and then the next morning we went to Paris. We did another motorcycle sidecar tour, which we had pre-booked. The other one we booked like an hour or two before. That one, it's the road regulations in Paris are very much more enforced than Rome, because
that's
there was
good.
rules, and like the guys were super nice, but like we had to wear these like gloves the whole, like motorcycle gloves the whole time, so we couldn't really like take photos. It was much more
So,
informative. We weren't like,
passport to Paris.
yeah, but we weren't like speeding through the streets. We were following the road rules, and
Yeah.
it was fine. The fun part is, out of nowhere, it started hailing on us while we were
Oh,
on the motor bikes and sidecars. But luckily we had helmets on, because safety. So they were just bouncing off the helmets
that's
there.
fun.
But yeah, it held for like 5 minutes, and then it stopped. And then the next day we did, what did we do the next day? Oh, we did Disney Paris. So I had
That
been
looked
there with my
awesome.
daughter, and I loved the park. It's Disney Paris is like incredible. And it's also, the two times I've now been there, not crowded in the slightest as compared to California Disney. They had opened a new World of Frozen land, which wasn't open when I went prior. And so that was really cool. And we did a 12-hour day there, which
Oh my gosh.
obscene. Like, I don't, if I go to Disneyland here, the most I'm doing is 4 hours.
Honestly.
We're lucky that we have passes, and so we don't feel like we have to go all day. When we go
Yeah.
to Orlando and do Disney there, we'll we break up the day and we go back to the hotel midday, like when it's really hot. So we'll go morning,
Yeah.
back to the hotel, chill for a while, and then go back to the parks at night. But a 12-hour straight Disney day, my God, that was a whole
Whew.
situation.
That's a doozy.
And then the last day we did a tour of Notre Dame, which was really cool because it was closed the last time because of the fire that I went there. So I never got to see it. And it's amazing. And all the fire restoration work they've done is really incredible. And then we met up with some friends that are from here, but the husband's from Paris and his family all lives there. So they go there every summer.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, walking around Paris
Oh,
with a
that's fun.
Parisian.
Ugh,
Yeah.
wee wee.
And then we that night we did some shopping. We went to Harry's Bar, which was originally in New York, and then they like kind of basically moved everything to this one in Paris. So it had like all of the collegiate flags from all the colleges in America, and like it's all, they had hot dogs, and it was great.
Love.
And then we went to dinner for Kelsey's birthday. That was her actual birthday. And then the next morning we flew home. And then we flew into LAX, and we had to go to Santa Monica for this wedding, which in theory is like 7 miles. It took us an hour to get there. because the 405 freeway was closed just north of LAX because of a police chase that ended in a shooting on the freeway. And so we took side streets with the rest of
Just another
the
day in
people heading
LA.
north. Yeah, just another day. It took us an hour to go 7 miles.
Nothing's worse than driving to Santa Monica. I'm sorry. Santa Monica
It's
and
the
what's
worst
underneath
city.
it? Venice?
Venice, terrible.
Terrible. I've only done that a few times in my life, but enough to never do it again.
So let me just preface this. If you are coming to California, do not
Do
go
not come.
to LA.
Do not
Like,
come.
Ava will tell me things like, oh, so, these girls, like, she lives in a college town. So, like, oh, we're going to, like, Hollywood. Like, where should we go?
Like,
I'm like,
ew.
anywhere else.
Not there. Anywhere else.
Anywhere
Not
else.
there.
Do not go to LA.
They're like, oh, but we want to see the stars on the Hollywood like Boulevard. I'm like,
look
there's human shit on them. Like, you're going to see a homeless encampment of people burning shit on the freaking sidewalks. I saw someone going to the bathroom number 2 at a bus stop while I was at a stoplight. I look over and I see poop coming out of this man's butt.
Yep, we had.
That's what you will see. And then a little sprinkle of Elmo and Mickey.
Yeah.
Timu, Elmo, and Mickey.
At my last job, we had a property in Little Tokyo, and we were there on a tour, and we're walking out to go. It was like over 2 blocks, this like property span, and so we're walking across the street to go to the next building, and yep, a man of the streets just decided to pull down his pants right in front of us and just start peeing, and I was like,
Hey,
welcome down to
YOLO.
LA. Santa Monica's not much better. The wedding was beautiful. Beth and Ty, we love you. I don't think you guys listen to the podcast.
Congrats.
But congrats. We're super
Watch
happy
this
for
be
you.
the one episode they watch.
This is going to be the one
Congrats,
they watch.
Ty and Beth. We're so happy
Super
for
happy.
you.
Beth, you looked beautiful. The wedding was amazing. But I will never be going back to Santa Monica by choice. So there's that.
No.
If you live in Santa Monica, you're doing the Lord's work out there, and good for you. But it's not for me. To be fair, I don't go to the beaches here. I don't go to Huntington Beach. I don't go to Newport Beach. If I go to Newport Beach, I'm going to Nobu, or I work there because I do, basically on the border. So I'm going to Fashion Island, or I'm going on a boat. I don't like
It's
sand.
different
I don't
when
like
you've
the beach.
grown up around it. And that's something I've learned moving away, is that you definitely take it for granted because you grow up going to the beach constantly. Like, we grew up, 20 minutes away, less than 30 minutes away from the beaches, and less than 20 minutes away from Disneyland. And so we've had in our lives, like, we're very blessed that that's nearby. But when I lived there as an adult, like, I can't tell you the last time I put my feet in the ocean.
The only time I go to the beach is if I'm going to, like, in California. The only beaches I'm going to are at what's the camping? Newport Dunes in Newport. There's a campground there. So sometimes we do staycations, or sometimes like the Girl Scouts will have like a little beach day there, and it's like a kind of
it's secluded,
protected cove, so you don't have like waves and stuff. Sometimes in like just north of Santa Barbara, there's some campsites we go to up there, and so we'll go to the beach.
Yeah.
To be clear, I hate sand. I detest it. I think it's dirty. Even when like Hawaii has, like, we go to Maui, it's this, compared to California beaches, it's the softest, like, most luxe sand.
Yeah.
I don't even like walking on that. So this is not a knock on Santa Monica specifically. There's other reasons to knock Santa Monica, but I just don't like beaches. I don't like sand. I want to look at it. I don't want to be on it. I like being on a boat. I don't like being on sand. It's me. You're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, like, in episode 2 when Anakin is with Padme on Naboo, and he's like, they're talking about Tatooine, and he's like, something about how there's sand and it just gets everywhere, and I'm like, dude, speak to me. Like, just talk dirty to me at this point. Like, that's exactly how I feel. It gets everywhere, gets in your eyes, it gets, kids in sand. It never speaks to you.
Tatooine is a little different than the beach.
It's sand.
It's all sand.
It's sand.
Yeah.
Don't send me to Tatooine. I'm a Naboo bitch, okay?
No, send me to the underwater world of, what's his name?
That's on Naboo. where Jar Jar Binks lives.
Jar Jar Binks. Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember the name of
I
his little
get
world, but
so
it's on Naboo.
much hate for liking Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Mister. We're just a couple of cool gals. Like, look at us talking about Star Wars, using it as reference. Like, the men can go away.
So episode 1 is like one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And
Uh-huh.
when that movie came out, McDonald's, as McDonald's does, did like a Star Wars collab. And the
Yes.
amount of times I made my parents go take me to McDonald's just to try to get the Padme cup was like obscene. And then
I know
when,
exactly what you're talking about.
yes. And then for Halloween that year, I had to be Padme. And like the costume was
Of
like
course.
the one at the beginning when she's got like the hair around and the red
Yeah.
dress. And it was literally so embarrassing. It was like this plastic headdress of fake hair, but it was
I need this
plastic.
photo.
I don't
Debbie,
even know.
we need the photo.
Debbie probably has it.
She does have it somewhere.
She
You know
does it,
Debbie
but
has
I'm
it.
just like, I still remember I was like, this is it. It's not like a real headdress. It's just like
I love that.
plastic. And it was cheap. Like if you looked at it from behind, it would look like just white plastic on my head. It was iconic.
I can't really remember much of my childhood, but I do remember one Halloween, I was a Southern Belle.
Oh.
And
Like Gone with the Wind.
I had a petticoat, I had umbrella, gloves, the whole thing. I was one step away of being a plantation owner, pretty much.
Wow.
Wild. But I
Wild the
walked,
things we did.
yeah, I knocked on those doors with confidence saying, I was a Southern Belle, trick or treat.
That's such a random thing to want to be for Halloween.
I don't know. I think I was just into like dresses at that time and it looked pretty and fun
Yeah.
and control, do my thing.
Yeah.
It was just a petite little thing, little girly girl.
Really go. Okay.
Wow,
Well,
what a
we're at
time.
an hour, and that was just talking about what we've been doing. So I'm gonna pull an audible and say we're gonna save our actual topic for next week because it's actually a really good one, and I just don't think at this time of the night we can give it the attention it deserves. And I think that we should just go straight into our reality. There's so much to talk about in the news
So
that
much.
we just need to focus on that. And then we'll film next week and we'll have more time to dedicate to this very important topic
Perfect. I
of what
love
we're going
it.
to talk about.
This is just a little catch up with
This is just to catch up with the girls,
Katie. Yeah, catch up with the gals.
Catch up with the gals. This is what we've been up to. That's why we haven't been filming. She's been injured, moving. I've been out of town, tired. Oh my God, I didn't talk about my 15-hour day yesterday.
Wild.
So this is my day. Just anyone wants a day in the life.
Yes.
I have very little, and this is my own. I know not everyone's like me. I know not everyone can operate the same level I can. Oh. But please don't tell me you're tired or that you don't have time to do X, Y, and Z, or you can't add on to your plate this day, because this was my day yesterday. I woke up at 4:45 in the morning. I subbed 2 classes, one at 5:30, one at 6:30, which I love the fact that people love our 5:30 a.m. classes. It is far
Could
too
never
early
be
for me
me.
to teach. I
I'm
used to
not a
be a
morning
6
person.
a.m.er for a client, like as a client, and we've talked about this before. It's very different showing up to take a class than it is to teach class at
Oh,
that
for
time of the
sure.
morning. Anyway, I taught reform and then define. Then I went
Which, let me
home.
tell you, teaching those 2 back to back, you might as well just like cut the show.
Yeah.
Be done for the day.
And I learned 2 entirely new classes for it. Like
the energy in general with teaching, but those 2 specifically back to back,
it was a lot. And I do
takes
feel
a
bad
lot.
for my 5:30 a.m.ers in reform because I feel like I was half awake for the first half of the class.
They were probably half awake themselves, so,
no, I got no complaints, but I just felt it in my soul.
they're
Like,
just
when
happy to
you're
be there.
teaching and you're just like, that wasn't my best class. That was me after that class.
And you're allowed to feel that way.
So, also, no offense to the playlist gods, but I blind picked a playlist as I do when I teach. And I just wasn't feeling it. And so, like, after the third song, I had prepped another playlist to switch to because I was like, it
Yeah.
just isn't my playlist. It wasn't giving me the vibes I wanted. It was fine. It just wasn't. I think most of the
Wasn't doing it.
songs didn't have words, and that sometimes bothers me. Like,
Mhm.
so I just blind select another playlist, and two of the songs that were in my first three songs were later on in that playlist, and
Oh,
I was
that's
just
funny.
like, you know, that's just
What are
not
the
my day.
odds?
It's I was meant to listen to these songs twice, and so were the people in my class, and that's what they
Yeah.
did. But then crushed my 6:30 class. It was awesome. Go home, change, get ready, take my son to summer camp, go to work, do my normal midday Pilates break, go back to work, go to the other studio, teach two more classes, get home at 7:10 at night. So at this point, I've essentially been out of the house. I mean, I went home very quickly to change and pick up my son for 15 hours, a little over 15 hours, I think. Something along those lines. Sit down on the couch. My husband had ordered Taco Bell. I slam a cheesy bean and rice burrito. Wasn't doing it for me. Then I ordered pho, had two bites because I was full at that point now.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the problem I have with teaching in the evenings is it takes me so long to wind down after teaching.
It
And
does
that
take a
I
while.
taught Reform and To Empower, which are two high energy
Oh my
classes.
god.
And so, yeah, I taught Reform, Define, Reform, Empower. And I don't
Yikes.
think I went to bed until almost 11 last night. I had to take a bath to like help settle my brain because I was
Settle.
just like
Yeah.
buzzing.
Yeah.
I had to wake up at 4:45 again this morning to teach 6 and 7 a.m. again. So this is all my humble brag of saying like whatever's holding you back in life, that could have been your 24-hour period. So just show up and
Just show up.
do it. Like we're running on adrenaline. Feather messaged me on Instagram when I posted my like rundown of my day. And she's like, I honestly don't understand how you did that all in one day. And I was like, well, I woke up at 4:45 for starters. And she's like, oh, yes, I see now. And I was like, because she's notoriously. So I scheduled a brunch on Saturday before the wedding
Yeah.
and
Is she
I
not a
scheduled
morning
it for
person
10
either?
a.m. And she's like, is there any way we can do later? And I'm like, what?
I'm so jealous of people that could sleep in like that. My sister is one of those people where I don't know if she's like that in today's day and age, but growing up, she could sleep in until like 11 o'clock. I'm like, how?
Yeah, no.
My natural body alarm is 6 a.m.
No, her and Derek will spend the night sometimes, like, if we're
Yeah.
at our house drinking because they don't wanna drive as they should, not drive home, and so they'll stay the night. There are days where we have to get to, like, a kid's sporting thing, and she's still sleeping, and we just leave them. We're like, "Okay, bye, we gotta go." Totally fine, like, I don't care, but Derek's like, "Feather, get up, we gotta go, we gotta go." He doesn't call her Feather, I call her Feather, but, like, I'm like, I wish I could sleep like that. Like,
I
you know
know.
what? You have that talent, girl. You don't let it go. Don't start waking up at 4:45 because it won't stop once you do.
Nope.
And yeah, it is quite a talent she has. But yeah, she was like, "Is there any way we can do like later?" And I'm like, well, we have to. I think the guys are gonna help like Ty get
Yeah.
ready, and like I don't want to push it too late. And then Wes is like, "Can we do it at 9 a.m.?" And I'm like, feel like 10's a compromise
Yeah.
between 9 and 11. Meanwhile, I had a whole breakfast before I went to brunch because I woke up at 6 in the morning, and no, I will. Oh, this is a whole nother
Before
thing.
that.
I was so tired Friday night. We were at the welcome party. I hit a wall. So I went to bed at 7 p.m. and I was like, I gotta go back to the room. I'm exhausted. Garrett's like, I'm just gonna go smoke a cigar. I'll be back later. This hotel, it was a very nice hotel, like right on the main Ocean Boulevard. I don't know if it's called Ocean, but like the main street right across from the pier. And I had been asleep for maybe 30 minutes. At this point, it's like 7:45. My hotel phone rings and it's like the most like ear rattling ring. I think it's
Yeah.
the next morning at this point because that's how deep of a sleep I was in, and like all the lights I had left on because I thought my husband was coming right back.
Right.
So I was trying to be nice and like leave the lights on for him. And I'm like, hello. They're like, hi, it's the front desk. We have a delivery for you in your room, but your do not disturb sign is on. So we wanted to know if it's okay to deliver it. And I'm like,
First off,
you have missed the point of the do
of
not
do not
disturb
disturb.
sign by calling me and disturbing me to ask if you could knock on my door and disturb me.
Yeah.
And it ended up being so, like, when you checked in, like, if you were a wedding guest, they had Beth and Ty prepared these cute little bags of like snacks for the weekend and like, Advil and waters and all that kind of stuff. It was another one of those bags, which I had already got when I checked in. I don't know why they were bringing it to me. I was so mad. And so my brain, I'm like, so I look up my peephole and I see just a man. He had like the hotel logo on his shirt, but he's just like standing there with a bag. And I'm like, you better not try to push in this room and attack me. So I just like stick my hand out and death stare him. I'm like, give me the bag. And I just go back and I'm just like so mad. So
Like a,
mad. And then my husband
oh
strolls in
my
at what
gosh.
I think is like midnight. Allegedly, according to evidence, I was provided the next day was only 10 p.m. But still, I'm like, longest cigar ever. I was like, had all the lights on waiting for you. After I got the bag, I turned the lights off. I'm like, fuck it. I'm over it at this point.
Yeah.
So because I went to bed at 7 p.m. essentially the night before, I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning the next morning. And I'm like, hey guys, ready to go to brunch? Jokingly, obviously. But yeah, no, I ordered Starbucks delivery, had a whole breakfast before. Yeah. So Feather, we love you. And we love that you can sleep so long, but we are jealous.
God bless.
God
Very
bless.
jealous.
Yeah.
Very jealous. What a time.
That was where we've been.
I totally forgot something. I
Oh,
did something crazy.
no.
Something wild.
Wow. Tell me.
I had cottage cheese.
Ew.
Okay, so I've been
Can you have cottage cheese? Is it dairy?
no, it is dairy. So I've been adding a little bit of dairy into my food lately.
Oh,
And
that's good because you don't want the baby to have an allergy. You
yes,
got to
and
microdose him.
so I have not had any, like, I mean, I'm gassy and whatnot, but I'm not vomiting or shitting my pants.
Good.
It's a miracle.
The baby's fixed you.
He's fixed me.
He's fixed you. Yeah,
So
you could have normal cheese.
I had
You could
last
have a
week,
pizza.
I had pizza last week.
Oh
I
my
had like
God.
4 slices of pizza and
That's
I was
amazing.
pretty gassy, but I didn't poop my pants. I didn't shart. It was
I
a
mean,
good
I
time.
guess you have to have a pizza. Who isn't, you know?
Yeah. And then I need to add like more protein into my diet. And so I'm not going to be like eating meat like constantly, which I love eating meat, but right now all the rage is cottage cheese. That's what I see on everyone's feed right now of all
Oh,
these cute little fit girls eating their cottage cheese.
isn't it very tart?
A little bit, yeah,
What does it
but
taste like?
I don't mind. It tastes like a cottage of cheese.
Is it cheesy?
Yeah, it's like clumpy.
You put
So
like honey on it?
I put it on toast and eggs.
Interesting.
And so I have had that the last 3 days. The first day, it made me like, just like a little rumbly in the tumbly. And
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, maybe I just need to get used to it. Second day, felt a little bit better. Today, had it again. Totally fine.
Good.
Wild. Isn't this
Wild.
crazy? A whole new world, a whole new chapter.
This
And
is a
so
whole new you.
there's a restaurant that we go out here to a lot. Shout out Elkmont Station. Love them. So good. Mwah, chef's kiss. But the head bartender there, he knows my struggle with being dairy free. And so we were there maybe like 2 weeks ago when I was starting to like dabble into dairy, and I ordered something and he was like, this has dairy in it. I was like, Nathan, I think I'm good. Like, I think this pregnancy
You're
changed me. He's like, no way. He was so excited. He was like about to bring me ice cream. I was like, whoa, slow your roll, dude.
Yeah, we don't
Like,
need to go that
we're
hard.
not quite there yet. And so I had just like a pasta dish with some like cheese on it. And we went back last week with my father-in-law, and he was behind the bar. We were sitting at a table, and so we had a different server. And halfway through the meal, the server comes like running over and he's like, I was supposed to ask you about your dairy allergy. I was
Oh
like,
no,
you tell Nathan I'm a changed woman.
I'm a changed woman.
He
No,
was
it's
like,
so
what?
funny because like they say that with age, your allergies can change and for better or worse, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
with pregnancy, they can change too. So that's really good.
I know. I'm stoked because it was such a tragic day when I found out that I was lactose intolerant. I remember that day vividly. It was a terrible time.
There was somewhere I was at with you and Kelsey, and essentially all there was fish and dairy. And so she couldn't eat the fish, you couldn't eat the dairy.
Where
I don't
were we?
remember, was it my vow renewal?
Mm,
Because we had pizza and oysters.
yes. But
And
like,
then like there was like
what
grilled
I
cheese
can't eat, she
appetizers.
can. And what she can't eat, I can.
Yeah,
So
you
we
guys
kind
have
of
like
like
the
make up
opposite.
for each other.
Yeah, but there was somewhere where it was like majority of the food you guys couldn't eat.
Oh,
And I was just like, I forget where it was.
was it us and Kelsey, or was it when you took the management team to Nobu that one time?
No, because you can eat stuff at Nobu. Like
Yeah.
they have,
No, I do remember we were somewhere. Was it in Vegas?
I don't know where we were, but I took you guys somewhere. Or it might have just been my vow renewal. Like half the food you couldn't eat, half the food she couldn't eat.
I just like loaded up on all the hot dogs. I think I
The
ate
hot
majority of
dogs.
those hot dogs.
So good. I love a glizzy.
It was great. But yeah, exciting times. I'm not ready to try ice cream, like not going to
But at least ice cream,
succumb to
there's
that.
like good goat milk alternatives and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, there was
Cheese
great.
just isn't the same. Or
No, like
sheep milk like ice cream is good.
yeah,
Yeah.
changed life.
Change life. Well, congratulations. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. I'm very excited about this new journey. Excited to taste things that I've been missing out on
It's a whole
over
new
the
world.
last 12 years. Yeah.
I think if someone told me I couldn't eat pizza anymore, I would just not. And like bean and cheese burritos, I just wouldn't listen to them. I would just
Y-
take the hits as they come,
You know,
you
and
know?
people say that to me and they're like, why don't you just like, I have a dairy allergy too, but I just like power through. I'm like, you don't understand. I powered through for maybe a year or two, and it got to the point where it's not socially acceptable for me to be pooping my pants everywhere I go. Like, I cannot be doing that. And the first time, it came out of both ends. Like TMI, sorry everyone. Like just cute fun facts about us. But and then
Don't
I'd
say us. I
me
don't have this affliction.
cute fun facts about me. But and then I would have just like very close calls. And then the last time it, yeah, that was a wake up call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad
Wild.
you fixed it. I had
Thank you.
a doctor appointment yesterday on top of the rest of my day. And I
Whoa.
do an in-body scan. And have you done one of those?
No. Oh, did you hear that?
Not really.
You know, when you like, is there a reverse burp?
Where it goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But I did an in-body scan and the funny thing about going to Europe is that you eat a shit ton of food because the food is so good, but you walk a lot. So then I'm like, okay, I'm offsetting it.
Yeah.
But I felt so much bigger and bloaty like since I've been back. And so I did not want to step on the scale. I don't appreciate scales.
I don't believe in scales.
But I stepped on it and I had lost 3 pounds and since 3 months
Ooh,
ago when I was there last. And I was like, great.
fun.
Even though I don't feel like I am better, it's just the food there is so much cleaner and like healthier and like it's just different. So
Very.
whatever, I see the number and then it gives you like a whole report, which I don't read, obviously. I'm just like, cool, I lost weight. And I'm on the phone. I didn't have time to stay in the office for an appointment, so I just really did quickly did the in-body scan and then she FaceTimed me later for my consultation. And she's like, okay, so you like lost 3 pounds, but your skeletal muscle mass also went down like a pound and a half.
Mm,
So you need to be eating more protein. And I'm like, girl, I was just in Europe for a week and all I ate was pasta, just
as one
straight
does.
spaghetti marinara.
Mm,
And marinara or margarita pizzas. Like,
Well,
I'll get back on the protein, but this week was not my week for that. It was all
no.
about carbs, cheese, and sauce.
All the beautiful
I mean,
things.
there's protein in cheese, but probably not enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Ugh,
now I'm back on the protein.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I need to get, yeah, more protein. Cottage cheese.
I'm gonna
Highly
try it.
recommend.
Oh my
Highly
God, I need to
recommend.
tell you about this terrible meal on the way back. So, as some people know, my husband didn't play the credit card game right last year. And so he did not get Delta Diamond status, which meant he didn't
Mm-hmm.
have global upgrade certificates to get a business class upgrade on our flights. I did. So he was like, it's fine. I'm just going to pay for the seats. And he never booked them. And then the war started in Iran. And then he went to book them 2 months before our trip. And the prices were astronomical. And so he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not paying that. I'm like, well, are you just not going to go on the trip? Like, in my mind, it just didn't even register that he would sit and coach because this is how like annoying we are. And he's like, well, no, it's fine. I'll just sit and coach. And I'm like, okay, but like, I'm still sitting in business. Like I got these seats. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm sitting. He's like, okay, that's fine. So we try to get him an upgrade on the way out. Like we've done it before where if you go to the gate, like at the airport, they'll
Yeah.
sell the tickets at a significant discount to what they've been trying to because they just want to fill the seats and they'd rather get some money than no money for them. They were
Right.
sold out. So he made a great friend. He sat next to this 95-year-old woman and she told
Cute.
him her whole life story and she was very sweet. And he did not apparently get up once to go to the bathroom the entire 11-hour plane flight. She's like, you were the best seatmate I've ever had. You didn't get up once. Super sweet. Um, but on the way back, there was a ton of open seats and business. And so we did the thing. We got to the airport and we got him the upgrade. And I do like the food out was really good. The food back, what it was a breakfast meal. And
Ooh.
I looked at the menu and none of it was speaking to me. So I was like, I'll just have you can either get like the full breakfast, there was a continental breakfast, which was just like yogurt, a pastry, and some of the like sides. I was like,
Uh,
I just want the yogurt. Like it was just plain yogurt. I just want plain yogurt with some honey. I wasn't
ew.
that hungry anyways. I wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Um and so she brings me the whole she didn't really understand what I was trying to say. So she brought me the whole continental breakfast tray. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna eat the yogurt. There was this thing one of the side dishes. I was like curious. I was like, that looks interesting. So I poke it and it's like squishy. And I'm like, huh. And then I lift my finger up and my finger reeks of fish. It was smoked halibut.
Oh.
I thought I was going to vomit. The smell was
Oh my gosh. No.
disgusting. It was
No, no,
so bad.
no.
I'm like, love Europeans. If you eat this for breakfast, you're unhinged. The smell, oh my God, I could not. So I very quickly ate my yogurt and then I had to put
And
two
on your
napkins.
fingers,
Yes, I went and
that shit's
disinfected
not
my
coming out.
fingers. I know. I washed my hands like 3 times, put lotion on. I
Ooh.
covered my plate twice with napkins, like put 2 napkins over it just to try to mask the smell because it was just like wafting into my nose at this point. I thought I was going to hurl on this plane. And
Terrible.
yeah, so please don't serve smoked halibut ever, but especially on an
No.
airplane
No. Why are we having fish on airplanes?
and for breakfast.
And
I guess
yeah.
people eat like smoked salmon on
I
like
mean,
bagels, but was that lox?
yeah, fuck me up with the lox bagel.
Mm.
Oh,
I
cannot
hate
wait.
salmon in general. Smoked salmon, kill me.
No, 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 no. How dare you?
Well,
Speaking
you're
of bagels,
Jewish, so you
my
are
bagels
prone
are
to like it.
Jewish. Nick's are in 5.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like my
that
mayor's
video.
Muslim, my
Yeah,
bagels are
so
Jewish, and the
Jewish.
the Pope is on our side or something.
Yeah,
Nixon
Nick's
5.
in 5.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I was yesterday years old when I became a Knicks fan.
Were you? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Welcome. I used to be very much into basketball. My brother played it growing up. I had an ex-boyfriend that was very into it. Um, and when I lived in New York, he had come out, my ex-boyfriend, to New York, and we went to a Knicks game, and This was in the era of Carmelo Anthony and Linsanity, where, I mean, Knicks have always been terrible since just have not had good luck. So watching all the videos of just the city blowing up, everyone going crazy, I just like, it's a cultural experience right now. Like the whole world is talking about it.
So we watched the game 2 games ago, and I'm not a big basketball fan. I just have never been like
Yeah.
super into watching it. And I feel like it was a good game. I'm a big Detective Olivia Benson fan, obviously, and she's like front row and center, Mariska Hargitay, my spirit animal,
Yes.
at the game. So I was like, okay, I like that. And then
And
I
then
heard
your
Taylor Swift was
girl,
at the game.
T Swift,
Yeah, as soon as I
loved her
saw on
shirts.
Instagram that she was at the game, and I had gotten home late because I was teaching, Gary wasn't watching the game. He was watching the new Mortal Kombat movie, which was unhinged. And I'm like, why aren't you watching the Knicks game? Like,
Yeah.
he's like, well, they're down by like 30 points. And I'm like, he's like, the game's over. And I'm like, well, Taylor's there, so put it on. And he puts it on, and she did her Tay Voodoo, and that little boop in at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know the player's
Insane.
name. Insane. Him and I both started screaming, like instantly, Knicks fans. Everett's like, it's too loud in here. And I'm like, other
Aw.
room. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like,
Goodbye.
you don't understand what just happened.
Yeah, it's quite a time in life right now. The Stanley Cup is also on that I
It's
need
not
to
over
see
yet.
who won tonight.
I'm so tired.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, there's one more game left. North Carolina won tonight. It's the Golden Knights versus the Hurricanes.
Oh. We don't want the
And
Golden Knights to win, right? No one likes them.
no, well, specifically, I do not want them to win because they took the Ducks out of the playoffs.
So I have an interesting opinion on that.
Tell.
I would always prefer to lose to the team that won everything. Like, you want to
Oh, yeah,
lose
for
to
sure.
the best team.
Yeah. Yeah, but we were doing so good, and then they're just too good. But also at the same time, I'm like indifferent because North Carolina has a goalie, Freddie Anderson. Like, I'm his number one hater in life because he used to be on the Ducks, and he was the reason in what year was that, 2017, that we got kicked out of the playoffs because he was just terrible. He choked under pressure. He was like, he forgot how to play the sport just in general. And he's doing the same now, but somehow he's in the finals with the Hurricanes.
So who
but
do you want to win?
Honestly, go sports. I don't know. I don't, at this point,
Care.
I don't care. Like,
you hate both teams, so you're just.
Yeah. I mean, there's one player on the Golden Knights. His wife was on The Bachelor. So I always get excited. His name is William Carlson.
I won't know his name.
Emily. It was the blonde twins. He's married to one of them.
Oh, yeah. I remember the blonde twins.
Yeah. She's a Vegas native, and so it just makes sense.
Cute.
But yeah, Freddie Anderson, I'm your number one hater. And I don't know if he played. Yeah, I don't know if he played tonight, but the last game he did not play, and the announcers were like, "Oh, it's because they want to give him a break. He's tired." I'm like, "No, because he sucks." Like, let's just say
who
it.
doesn't suck? The Knicks.
The Knicks. This tall alien man on the Spurs. Don't know his name, but I just learned that he's like a child.
Something with a W.
Yeah.
He looks young.
He's like 5 years old and came out of the womb at 7 foot.
Yeah.
But there's a video. Did you see the video of Knicks fan throwing an egg? It's him in the head.
No. I mean,
it's so mean.
I just watched all the Taylor videos. I didn't watch
I do not support violence in that way, but it was kind of funny. What's his name? I'm just gonna say Spurs player. Oh, Wembenyama.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he is French. I do know that. Oh my gosh. He's 7'4", 22 years old. Like, what?
Poor mother.
His wingspan is 8 feet. It's similar to mine.
How do you know that?
My wingspan is the same as a gorilla.
That's a very interesting factoid.
Yeah, fun factoid about me. I mean, it makes sense because of my Neanderthal traits.
That's true. Your
But
arms are longer than your legs.
honestly, there was a brief moment in time where I went to a private school in first and second grade, and you had to wear skirts and shorts that weren't.
Past your fingertips. Yeah.
I'm wearing, I mean, thank God for Bermuda shorts at that time. But my shorts were like all the way down to my knees. And there was the same rule in, I think it was a rule in junior high, but the junior high I went to, it was just like so ghetto.
Where'd
They
you
didn't really
go?
care. Saravilla, CV.
That establishment.
It's in Villa Parque.
There's a ghetto in Villa Park.
Yeah, it's called Saravilla. No. I remember there were some girls like smoking an apple in the restroom. Remember those days?
I can't say I ever parked
Did
up and
anyone
smoking an apple.
like an apple bomb or something? I don't know.
I think they put
It's been
Jordans
so
in the
long.
apple and then they smoke it. They
Yeah.
use the apple as a bong.
Yes. Quite
I've seen it in
creative.
movies. I've never seen it in the wild.
I did not partake, but I just remember that vividly from junior high. I don't know why.
I went to a Catholic school, so there was no one smoking an apple bong in the bathroom. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I did have a lesbian PE teacher. I mean, like, who didn't?
Probably me because I went to Catholic school.
Probably. Oh, what a time public school is. Yeah. I will give a shout out to public school though, because in second grade, don't even get me started on my second grade teacher. She was nutso. First off, at reading time, as one does in the second grade, I was reading a book about Aaron Carter. Like, obviously. She
Wait,
had to stop
second grade, you're like 7?
somewhere around there. I don't know. Anywho, he was like the hottest thing in town. And so
Okay.
I had a book about Aaron Carter, just like how he wants candy.
I want candy.
And he's having these parties, Aaron's party. And so I'm reading this book. Mrs. Hunt cannot. I don't remember much, but I do remember this. She stopped everyone in the middle of reading time to talk about how Aaron Carter is the devil and how I want candy is not about candy.
She's telling second graders this?
I was mortified. And then she has a meeting with my mom, not about the book situation, about my intellectual situation at that time. And so she tells my mom there's something wrong with her, but we're just not sure what.
Or run.
I was just so quiet. I
Yeah, 'cause
barely
you were
spoke.
ridiculed for reading about Aaron
Exactly.
Carter.
Yeah, Mrs. Hunt. And so I barely spoke a word growing up. I couldn't even say my name. Like, God forbid I had to introduce myself to someone. Like, my brother spoke for me constantly. And so,
That's all weird.
you know, childhood trauma. It's fine. Stay tuned for my
Memoir.
my memoir.
Memoir.
And so after second grade, we moved. And so I switched schools and went to a public school. And within the first week of public school, my teacher knew exactly what was wrong. And so she had a meeting with my mom. And I had to go with my mom that morning to the meeting. I wasn't in it. So I sat in the school's office with the secretary. They had the TVs on that morning and they're just crying hysterically. And I'm sitting with my brother. I was like, what's going on? And we look at the TV. Plane goes into the World Trade Center. It's not funny.
Wait,
But
how much older am I than you? Because I was in 6th grade when that happened.
that was third grade for
Oh,
me.
okay, 3rd grade. Okay.
Yeah. And so not only did a terrorist attack happen that day, but I
Wait,
also
that was at
learned
6 a.m. Oh, you're watching the replay later in the day.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
before school started. We had an early morning. I think it
Okay.
was 7 a.m.
Okay, so that just like happened.
meeting with the my teacher and speech pathologist.
Mm.
And I had a speech impediment. And so not only did I learn that America was under attack, but I had to issue with my speech
I also had
and
issue
had to
that day, but we're not going to talk about it publicly.
yeah. And so I had to go to speech therapy and I was so embarrassed because I'd have to miss out on PE. And then the kids were like, "Where were you, Ava?" I was like, "Oh, I was there. You didn't see me."
Was there? Nah, yeah.
Also, I don't know how or what my speech therapist did because all I remember is playing a game with like cards. But
Interesting.
hey, look at me now.
I had
Take
an
a look at me
issue when
now.
I had like orthodontia work done, like braces and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, I was a tongue thruster. So I was like always
Ooh,
pushing
yeah, she
my
is.
gross. But I was always pushing against my teeth and like, you're messing up your bite or whatever.
Is your
And
tongue too big for your mouth too?
they never told me that. It's just like, if,
Mine is like just like
oh, that's very purple right now. Can you touch your nose? I can't. Okay, mine's not that long. Yours is very long. Okay, that's the whole situation. Mine's normal size. I just like
clip
it's
that.
so you in. People
Yeah.
need to know. No, mine's like normal size. It's just like it's a reactive tongue. Like so whenever she was like doing when I would go in, 'cause you have to go when you have braces, you have to go see them a
Yeah.
lot to like get them adjusted or whatever.
Right.
My tongue would just attack her tools. Like it would just be like it just wasn't like get out of my mouth. I was like, and they're like, you're a tongue thruster. So they sent me to speech therapy and they wanted to do the stupidest. I had to like hold, the little plastic things that go around the bread bags
Yeah.
to like keep the air out.
Yeah.
I would have to like hold one between my lips and I couldn't like
I
talk for
remember
like
that. Yes.
I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. I don't care. Like my tongue's fine. Go away. So I never
Yeah.
went back. I told my parents, I was like, I'm not going back to this thing. I'm not doing these exercises. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I
My
feel
dad's like,
like
we're spending this much money on your orthodontia. You gotta fix your tongue thrusting. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
your tongue thrusting.
They're like, you're gonna mess
Wow.
up your teeth again. We're paying all this money for braces. You're just gonna shoot them. I'm like, whatever. They're fine.
Wow.
But
Okay. How's your tongue thrusting to this day?
I don't know.
Is it super reactive?
In general, it's a cure. Like it just, I don't know. It's active, but my teeth look fine. So who cares?
Stunning.
This whole segment needs to get cut.
No, we're keeping it.
This
It's
is a
great.
very interesting tangent we just went on.
Cute.
I have one more thing to talk about.
Is that?
So I would like to give today's award for worst human ever to Wyatt's football coach from last season because it has come and he's a parent at my school and I don't give a fuck. So it has come to my attention that he is just out there spreading his little seeds about why the football team sucked and we only won 2 games was because of Wyatt and her Girl Scout friends that were forced onto his team. And I just want to say that they are 8 and 9-year-old girls who had never played before. And this is a rec league. This is not club. I will reiterate they're 8 and 9-year-old girls. And maybe if you didn't run the same play every game where every other team knew what you were running and didn't throw to the same person who was your daughter the entire game and not actually coach other people to get better, that maybe we would have won more games. And if you had practice pulling flags every once in a while in practice, so they actually knew how to play defense, that might have helped you win a game. So, no, next time I see you at school, you're lucky we're on summer break when I just found out this information. And I will see you at school in the fall. And we'll see if there's words to be had.
We'll see you after school pickup, buddy.
See you there. Peace.
See you there. You don't want some. You don't want this.
Oh, you come for my kid, you're fucking done, bro. Like we're done.
Mm-hmm,
We're done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Also, he needs to I think get a life outside of flag football.
Find a hobby. How about
Find
that?
a hobby.
Like,
yeah, I guess that's one thing about my husband. He has too many hobbies.
you had to move them all.
Yeah, we had to move them all. And even our friend that helped us, I saw him last night. I was like, thank you so much for all your help. He's like, oh, yeah, yeah. I was like, please tell me that you also think my husband has way too much stuff. He's like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, thank you.
Does he not like have self-awareness of how much stuff he actually has, or does he think it's normal?
He does now, but I fear that now that we're in a home in a bigger space, that it's just going to get worse.
it compounds. So this is like there's some actual scientific. It's called like it's some theory name, but it's a legit thing that like there was a study done on freeways and that people say if you widen freeways there'll be less congestion. But no, more people just take the freeway.
Yeah.
The congestion never eases. Is like I
No.
forget what it's called. The same thing's true for hoarding. The more space you have, you just continue to fill it.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't actually make things better.
No. No. So exciting times.
I mean, at least he hoards like high school math books and not, other
Yeah.
weird stuff.
Yeah. It could be a
Like
lot worse. It
could be
could be
like
a lot
old
worse.
food or like,
Yeah.
stuff that draws rodents. At least you don't have that. It's like, just
Thank God.
books and
Books.
report cards and
Yeah. I threw away some childhood things today. That was refreshing.
just go ham on it. I do it with my kids' stuff. They're going to be
Yeah.
in Utah for 3 weeks straight.
Oh,
And I'll
that's
have a couple
nice.
weeks in the house to myself
Ooh.
and like without them here. And I'm just going to, well, they're going to come back. They're going to be like, there's no toys here. And I'll be like, "Oh,
They're
so
like, where'd
weird.
all of our toys
We
go?
got robbed. I don't know what to tell you. All they took was the
Strange.
toys.
Weird.
Weird.
Strange.
Called the police. They couldn't file a police report because there was so much shit. They didn't know what to put on a police report. They just were like, oh, well,
Yeah.
random Barbie
Man.
shoes gone. I don't know. Weird.
My gosh. Yeah. All the little accessories.
I don't think we're getting into our reality.
No, there's just too much going on in our
There's
own
too much.
personal reality. So
We'll get to it next week.
we will.
We're getting back on our train of filming.
Yes.
Our lives have settled.
Lives have settled. There's going to be a period of time where we both are like passing, I
We'll be
think.
together for a bit.
Yeah.
At the end of the month and then in July.
Yes.
Cute.
Oh my gosh. Anywho.
Well, thanks for coming to our month-long catch-up sesh.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to just chat.
Yeah. I don't even know what we talked about at the end of this, but we talked about stuff and
We
here.
updated people on important matters of our lives
That needed to be
and
talked about.
that needed to be talked about. And yeah, hopefully you learned something new, whether it was about one of us or about yourself.
Self-reflection. It's all we can ask for in this life. Well,
Well,
next week we're going to be out again, like I said, back on our schedule. We're going to have a much shorter weekend update because it will truly be a weekend update.
truly.
We're going to have our reading of our fun comments we've been getting recently from all the men, small men of the world. And
Yes.
then we're going to talk about women supporting women and what that looks like
Mhm.
coming from two women who support women and not the men because they don't support anything. And some men do.
Some men do.
I feel like Andrews. Are they
The
both named
Andrews,
Andrew?
the Andrews and the Anthonys and the AJs of the world. The AJs are men.
Yeah. Not our AJ.
Goodbye.
Who's a girl. Goodbye. I don't know why. It's always A names that leave us nasty comments. We don't know what's happening there.
Don't know.
And then so we're gonna talk about that. And then we have to talk about Summer House and all the
Yes,
things. And
we do.
hopefully the bonus episode's out next week, right?
I hope so.
So we can have a full
That Love
reunion
Island,
bonus. Oh, Love Island. Yes, I need to
Real
catch up
Housewives
still.
of Rhode Island,
So good.
all the islands.
All the islands they have to talk about.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys
All
next
right.
week.
Toodaloo.
Toodles.
Bye.